The Gina and Matty podcast.
Time to rev up your engines, folks. The Wiggles, they're back with a brand new catchy single and a fun new set of wheels. The song is Big Red Ute. This is a little taste of it.
The Big Red Ute. It goes vroom, vroom, choo, choo,
And joining us on the line this morning, what a treat. It's the Blue Wiggle himself, Anthony Phil. Good morning, Anthony.
G'day, Matty. G'day, Gina.
Hey, welcome to the show. Oh, my God, I am so excited that the Wiggles are going country. What made you want to be country?
We've always been a little country. Over the years we've had duets with Joy McKean, Slim Dusty, John Williamson, Troy Casser. So we've Dan Salter. We've been quite a few. We never did one with you yet, Gina, but I hope we do. But,
me too.
Yeah, mate. But we've, I've always loved country music. We've always loved it, and the Australian country music scene's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the Big Red Ute because the Big Red car only goes 5 kilometres an hour. So we got a Ute made up with all the Wiggles colours, and it's called the Big Red Ute. We're going to take it up to Tamworth. We're taking 2 of them because there's 8 Wiggles now, and we're going to go play at the festival for the first time ever. We've been to Tamworth many times, but playing at the actual festival is going to be such a great time.
Oh, Anthony, Tamworth Country Music Festival will be so excited to have you there because it's such a country, like a family country festival, so there's lots of little kids. Where are you playing? I think I read at the Equine Centre, right?
You know what? You've got me there.
I think it's the biggest venue possible at the Tamworth. Yeah, it's the big. It's where they show the horses and stuff, and because it's quite an equine town as well, and it's where they do all of that kind of thing, and so it's massive. So I'm sure they're expecting a very big crowd for you. I wanted to ask you, Anthony, what's the very biggest crowd you've ever had?
We played in Washington. We played Madison Square Garden in the big peak days. We did 13 sold-out shows there, and it was quite incredible. That was the most amazing. But Washington, we played in Washington, and we had 11,000 people came to see us at one show, and we did 3 shows of 11,000 people in one day.
Wow.
It was massive in those days, yeah.
That's incredible. I'm a big country music fan, and one of the original Ute songs, I don't know if you remember this one, Anthony. Lee Kernaghan had a song called She's My Ute. Let's have a listen. Do you remember that song? Did you ever hear that song, Anthony?
Of course I do. And every time there was a B&S ball on, people would be playing that as they're driving the utes in.
Exactly.
I've been to a few B&S balls in my time with
Me too. A little side note, my husband Rod wrote that song. But
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tamworth is going to love having you there. I know there's going to be one of the most iconic photos taken ever. You guys, you're going to stand out the front of the Golden Guitar and have a Wiggles and the Golden Guitar and a Big Red Ute photo moment?
Of course, the Golden Guitar. And how many Golden Guitars have you won, Gina? I reckon you'd have to have a whole room.
Do you know what? At our house, Anthony, there's like about probably 20, but they're not on mine. So I don't like to admit how many my husband Rod's got and how many I've got, but he's got a lot more than me. Let's just say it that way.
And can I tell? I bet you I know something that every one of them means just as much as the last one. People sometimes go, "Oh, you've won. You don't need to leave." No, it still feels. Recognition feels good for all the work you put in, I'm sure of
it
that.
Really
Would
does.
That be right, Gina?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. And we had them in a box for years, and we got them out and put them on display. And now our son, Jackie, and this is going to lead me to another question, our son, Jackie, has come into the music industry, and he's a new rod, he's a new producer, and he's, all of a sudden at 21, he's super impressed by Mum and Dad's Golden Guitars.
Oh,
So we've welcomed our son into our music industry. I've heard there's a new person's got the blue skivvy on.
Yeah, well, we've got 8 Wiggles now, and my daughter Lucia is part of the Wiggles.
Oh, I love that.
She was at the Australian Ballet School boarding there for many years, and when COVID hit, she came back home, and I realised she had a voice as well as an incredible ballerina, and she's been so good, and it's been great to get to know her. I've been away so much from my family that just been so great. She's brilliant. The children love her, and I'm very happy she's on the road, you know. It's great, mate.
That's beautiful.
Anthony, it's a real treat to have you on the show this morning, mate. It would be remiss of me to have you on and not, especially speaking about winning things and awards. Three wooden spoons in a row for the West Tigers.
I knew exactly where you were going, Matty.
I'm so sorry about this question.
Anthony, is there 4 on the horizon next year, or is that the end of the run of the wooden spoon for the West Tigers?
Mate, there's a great feeling at the Tigers. I went to the annual, end of year ball, and Richo, the CEO, we got Mr. Lou Wide coming, Mr. Arba. There's a great feeling in Tiger Town. I'm going to say it right now. If we don't get into the A this year, I'm going to eat a carrot.
I love it, Anthony. You're a great sport, mate, and congratulations on Big Red Ute. It's out now. You can get it wherever you get your music, and we can't wait to see you in Tamworth. Thanks again for joining us this morning on the Gina and Matty Breakfast Show.
Good on you guys. Have a great one.
Gina and Matty. What's trending?
This is where we have a little bit of a look at Google Trends, find out what the 3 biggest stories or search things in and around the coast are in the last 24 hours on Google. And we're kicking it off with GWS costumes. Now, Sue's touched on it in the news just before, and it was rolling around yesterday there was an incident that took place at a post-season event with a dress-up theme of celebrity couples. And the GWS are the Greater Western Sydney Giants in the AFL, for those playing at home. Now, players involved are now some of the subjects of the centre of distasteful dress-up skits during the AFL's Wacky Wednesday celebrations. Firstly, need to workshop the name a little bit, calling it Wacky Wednesday. But anyway, it was reported yesterday that up to 10 Giants players have been offered punishments as a result of a complaint made about their conduct. Now, this was done at a private event behind closed doors. There was one member of the public there who was a bartender. Coaching staff had apparently gone home, so it was late in the evening. There was a lot of rumours swirling around yesterday, and I think the thing with this story is there's just not a lot of information, so people are trying to fill the gaps. What the Herald Sun is now reporting is that some of the antics included players dressing up as ex-NRL star Jared Hayne, along with a blow-up doll. Another person was dressed as New York's former World Trade Center, and someone else was dressed as Chicago Bull Josh Giddey. Now, Hayne was ultimately cleared in June of sexual assault. Giddey was also cleared after an investigation into allegations of a relationship with a minor while he was competing in the NRL. So whatever has taken place behind these closed doors hasn't sat well with the bartender, and he has what they call in the old school term snitched, and the club was made aware of the allegations of the inappropriate behaviour. They are taking the matter very seriously and acted swiftly upon finding out about the concerns. All parties have cooperated fully with the AFL to ensure their allegations are fully investigated. Some of the allegations, according to the club, are distressing and entirely contrary to the club's values and policy. There's also a level of misinformation and rumour being circulated which is entirely inappropriate, particularly while an investigation is going on. The club will comment further once the outcome of the investigation are finalised. So, footy players getting drunk and doing inappropriate things. Yeah. I am hearing that there will be players that will be suspended as well. So this could be quite costly for the GWS Giants. Supermoon is another thing that's been trending. Now, the supermoon, you saw the moon
I saw
this
it driving in this morning. Stunning, massive, big moon. Was beautiful.
Well, tonight it is going to be the brightest moon of the year, experts say, rivaled only by something that's a comet that is being dubbed the best of the decade. So not only are we getting a supermoon tonight, you're going to get a comet as well. Now, the October full moon is known as the Hunter's Moon, and it'll be our third of 4 back-to-back supermoons, preceded by, we had the Harvest Moon in September, and in August we had the Blue Supermoon, and in November we're getting the Beaver Moon.
What? The Beaver Moon.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Is that what it's called?
It's called the Beaver Moon.
That's a combination of two things, isn't it?
Yeah. Brad Tucker, an astrophysicist from the Australian National University, explains the full moon's name come often from the North American area where the farmers' almanac and Native Americans are, because like many cultures, they regulated themselves through the lunar cycle. So tonight at 6:30, around 7 o'clock, if you look up, you'll see this super moon, and then apparently you should spin and look to the west, and the first thing you'll see is Venus in the sky. It's going to be as bright as an aircraft, and then, right, to the right of Venus, there's going to be a comet called C/2023A3, and that is going to be the best comet of the decade. And you will be able to see it with the naked eye, apparently.
Great.
And if you have binoculars, you'll be able to see it more. So keeping the space nerds happy, and then finishing it off with the comeback. That was the Victoria's Secret runway show. It was back in all its pink angel wing glory, with the once annual televised juggernaut making its return. It was held at the flagship store in Brooklyn. It was a 45-minute show. Gigi Hadid, Adriana Lima, Kate Moss made an appearance.
I thought that was Kate Moss. Gosh, boy, she doesn't smile, does she? She got the model.
She's got that model walk. Kate Moss followed her daughter down the runway on the Victoria's Secret.
I did not know that. How beautiful is that?
I had to watch it a few times just to make sure
bet
that it
you
was.
did. Yeah.
And for the first time in 20 years, Tyra Banks made her return to the Angels runway, had the wings on. The Hadid sisters were there. And look, if it's your thing, you'll be able to find it on YouTube. Cher
was there. She was amazing. And look, I loved how diverse the body shapes were this year, because it's been traditionally only supermodels and people with completely unattainable body shapes for normal women walked that catwalk, and I loved it.
Well, that was a lot of the complaints in 2018 when they cancelled it, that it wasn't diverse enough.
Yeah.
So they brought it back, and it was great. Cher, I've got a little bit of Cher performing here. This is it. Still sounds great.
And she looks great. She's 78, right?
78,
She looks incredible.
I think the secret to that is having a 36-year-old boyfriend.
I reckon you're only as old as you feel. The person you feel.
Or you're only as old as the person you feel?
Yeah.
that's the one.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.